Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. Wow, Bernie Sanders going mega. This is unbelievable. I'm going to bring in a clip here, but you have got to hear what Bernie Sanders has to say. Remember, please go check out my sponsor, though, MyPillow, mypillow.com. Use promo code Lumberjack for big savings. Remember, subscribe if you're new to the channel.
There is no question that there is an enormous amount of waste and fraud and abuse in this government.
Wait, what did he just say? Let's hear that one more time.
That there is an enormous amount of waste and fraud and abuse in this government. There is no question to my mind that Congress has not been vigilant enough in rooting out that waste and fraud.
Now it's getting really good. Now you have to remember, this is 2008, different administration, right? A Republican administration. Definitely a different administration, one that certainly wasn't into eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. I'll give Bernie that. What's interesting here is he has admitted that Congress is not doing the job. So who is supposed to do the job, Bernie? Who?
To the tune of billions and billions of dollars. I would simply say that while it is absolutely appropriate to condemn the Congress, it is also important to note that we have an administration in this city, in Washington, D.C., and the function of an administration is to administer. And that means that when there is waste and fraud, you have an administration who should also be on top of that situation.
Did you guys catch that? He just made the case for Doge, exactly for the cuts that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are doing, because the administration, that's the executive branch in which this power is vested, is supposed to administrate. Now, what's interesting is Bernie's out on a tour right now, the Oligarchy tour. Have you heard about this? And I caught a clip of an interview of his, and you need to listen to this.
But there was also like there was a gravity in your voice. And a sense that, in a way that I maybe hadn't heard before. I don't know if you agree with that.
These are, the scariest times in my lifetime.
Well, at least we've surpassed January 6th as the scariest, most deadliest day.
That's all. I think that's objectively the truth. It is not just they want to give tax breaks to billionaires and cut programs for working people. Frankly, that's happened before.
Yeah.
They continue, like the Democrats haven't figured out anything because their class warfare shtick is getting old. It's getting tired. The reality is Donald Trump did more to cut my tax burden than any other president. And what he actually did was tax the ultra wealthy in New York and California more through the elimination of those SALT tax deductions.
But you combine that with the power of the oligarchy in general. You combine that with Mr. Musk owning Twitter and able to send out his messages to hundreds of millions of people. You combine that with the fact that people like Bezos, the second wealthiest person in the country, fired or got rid of most of his editorial staff and is going to convert him into a right-wing thing.
These people are so funny. They didn't care one iota when we were getting censored on Twitter, when we were getting censored on YouTube, when we were getting censored on Facebook. And then he talks about Jeff Bezos buying the Washington Post and firing all these people and turning it into something right-wing. Has anybody read the Washington Post? There's nothing right-wing about it. What is so wild about these people is that they consistently get so upset when there's another narrative put forth because they cannot survive in a meritocracy where the best ideas rise to the top. Democrats cannot do it.
Combine that with the fact that Trump is suing major media outlets and is threatening to investigate PBS and NPR.
Trump has sued and won because they were practicing defamation. They were spreading lies about him. And NPR, does anybody in my chat, anybody want to comment down below? Are you excited about the government funding media? Do you think that might not be a conflict of interest?
So it's not only the power of money, it's also combined with that, the movement toward authoritarianism. When Trump unilaterally cuts federal funding that was passed by Congress, that is illegal, that is unconstitutional.
Wait, so Trump, the guy who is working to eliminate regulations, okay, who wants to gut the federal government, he's the authoritarian? The one who wants to shrink government? This is nuts. Furthermore, Bernie, Have you thought at all about the fact that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are administering exactly what you told the administration in 2008 to do? The only problem now is it's not the administration you like. So stop being disingenuous and just get back on the Trump train, Bernie.
When you have the vice president saying, well, in his judgment, the courts don't have the right to stop unconstitutional acts of the president, man, that is authoritarianism. That's what the courts are. He is now trying to end what the founding fathers were pretty smart about.
Apparently, Bernie needs to listen to what the founding fathers had to say about corrupt judges and how it was the biggest threat to the republic. No, the reality is the courts are supposed to actually support the Constitution. And we just had a judge in Washington State the other day say that the Constitution had no place in their courtroom. So don't talk to me about the Constitution, Bernie. You don't care one iota about it because you're a socialist, which is the exact opposite of our Constitution and our freedom. Hey, remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please check out my sponsor, MyPillow, mypillow.com, where they still have the $9.98 roll and go pillows. Use promo code Lumberjack for big savings, or call them at 1-800-568-2865. Again, that's 1-800-568-2865. See you in the next episode. Peace out.